Welcome back, all, to the Alan and Justin podcast.
A lazy yet successful production.
I'm Justin,
I'm Malin.
and we have tea. What
And I am sick still. I don't know if it's allergies. I don't know if it's cold. I think it's allergies because you still haven't gotten anything.
No, I mean, I have sniffles this week, but, that's not,
I love how you say this week and it's just today.
I have sniffles today, but it's not, I don't think it's a cold.
If it's what I had, I know, okay, so my thing only happened really, if it was past, 9 p.m. and before, noon. Yeah. That's when I had sniffles. That's when I was having, respiratory issues. But all throughout the day, I've been fine. So I think it's allergies, and I think it's, in the morning when, different flowers and stuff are.
It has to be, in which case it should get better in the, as the months get colder.
Yeah.
In theory.
Yeah, in theory.
In theory. But, yeah, you've been sick. Our voices, I've been stuffed up today, so my voice is all over the place.
I'm fine as long as I have, a hot beverage, because, mucus.
Speaking of hot beverages, what hot beverage are we drinking today?
I don't know the brand or anything, but it's Earl Grey tea and peppermint tea mixed together, and it is really good.
It is the best. Very good combination.
Yeah.
I love it. So, what's been happening?
What's been happening is I keep going to take a drink, and I just watch him as he goes. It's barely to my lips, and he's like, and that's when I just put it back down.
I thought I was being subtle about it.
No, you're not.
Refreshing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just realized that I match your phone case.
Ooh, maybe that means we should switch phone cases.
Obviously,
I'm matching
it's not
yours.
an exact match, but yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you pointing that way?
Oh, no, I can see it.
That's a Sony ZV-1.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Sony EV10, ZV something.
Whatever the model is.
I don't know. We're sponsored by Sony.
And Oral-B.
And DJI.
Remember to brush your teeth while recording.
Remember to brush your teeth while live streaming that podcast, while also getting great audio.
Thanks to our sponsors.
Woo. But, I don't know. What's new this week?
Oh, jeez.
I have depression, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah. I mean, this week's been a lot of, horrible overworking on my part, or horribly being overworked on my part. Started to get better near around the middle of the week, but...
We'll dive into it.
Yeah. So, I've had some work stuff going on semi-tight deadlines, and that's been making things kind of exhausting, along with some work situations involving people with overinflated egos that we won't get into too much here, because those are work situations. But overall, I've just kind of hit my done point with pandering to people or doing things the way that makes people happy rather than the way that gets things done. So I've just decided I'm just going to start getting things done. The quality of my week improved immensely after I did that.
Well, there you go.
Dramatically. Also, I think, this whole week's been off because, you've been sick.
I've been sick. We haven't been eating normally.
No.
We haven't really been doing the things that I normally... my self-care has been zero. But again, we'll get into that after his section.
Yeah. There's been a lot of different food this week that we've been experimenting with on the nutrition plan stuff because, we have... If you watch the vlog, you'll have heard about our avocados that are doomed to never ripen.
Oops.
In a million years. But...
You put all of these back under here, but you put them in sideways?
Not all sideways. Mostly sideways.
This is also our kitchen island, so there's a lot of different random crap under it.
It's multifunctional.
Yeah.
And multi-purpose.
That's pretty great.
But, yeah, we've been, avocados haven't been able to ripen, so we've had to make some creative adjustments in regards to food stuff this week.
Yeah.
One of those creative adjustments was something you came up with, actually, which is incredible.
Oh, the tofu taco things?
Yeah.
So I took some tofu and, made it into little, strip cube things and just, baked it. And then just threw it on a tortilla with hummus and, mango chutney. And for some reason, it is one of the tastiest things.
It's so good. Side note, we're low on mango chutney.
I know. We have to do a Whole Foods order today.
Yeah. But...
Which actually...
Speaking of...
Remind me to make a Whole Foods order in 40 minutes. There we go.
You'll have to wait in suspense to find out if they actually had corn tortillas this time. Spoilers, they definitely
They
don't.
never have corn tortillas for some reason, but yet every time that we go into the store, they do have corn tortillas. So that's always interesting.
I think it's because they're, getting ready to relocate.
Oh, that is a good thing.
Yeah, so I think that's dipped their stock.
I am so excited though because guess what?
What?
We get to put up a vlog. When is it supposed to open?
December 8th.
December 8th. Within the month of the new Whole Foods.
I'm so pumped. I love Whole Foods. I don't get what people's issue with Whole Foods is. People always complain that Whole Foods is like so expensive.
It really
but
isn't.
That's a complete lie as far as I've been able to tell. Like, particularly where we live, the other local grocery stores.
Minus Aldi. Just minus Aldi. We don't shop at Aldi because they don't really have a lot of like healthy food. But
even like Target's actually more expensive.
Target is more expensive than Whole Foods,
which is absolute insanity.
Yeah, it's like crazy, especially on oat milk. Oat milk at Target for the exact same brand that we get at Whole Foods. At Target, it's like $5 something, and at Whole Foods, it's like $3.50 when it's on sale, or $4 something normally. It's like $4.19 normally.
It's insanity.
Everything's cheaper there. It's pretty great.
Yeah. It's also been a lot of like, oh, we've been taking care of Chloe's fur this week. That's been fun.
We gave them a bath.
Did they enjoy the bath?
No.
No, they did not enjoy the bath.
I didn't get scratched once. First time I've ever bathed a cat that I didn't get scratched.
It's funny because Chloe, like, they love water.
Obsessed with water.
They will, like, if we turn the faucet on, they'll come running up and start biting it. It's the most adorable thing. But large bodies of water are apparently a no-go, which I thought for Maine Coons...
It was a bathtub, and it was only like that full, and it was really not... I had, like, our baby thermometer, or rubber ducky in there that says, like, if it's a good temperature. And it was a fine temperature, and oh my God, you would have thought I was trying to murder a cat.
Yeah, I could hear the yowling from downstairs. This is...
Oh, yeah.
Slight spoilers for the next vlog we put up. Like, while this was going on, we also decided we wanted to put the Christmas tree up.
Oh, yeah, we did. So if you hear anything in the background, it's most likely Chloe knocking down ornaments.
He's knocked down 5.
They're all polycarbonate, so they're shatterproof. They're not going to break.
Mm-hmm. Joke's on him.
That's pretty great.
But...
yeah.
Christmas tree looks lovely. We are ready for the holiday seasons. Why do we have a Christmas tree despite being Jewish?
I was going to say, Hanukkah is also next month.
So it could be a Hanukkah tree.
It's a Hanukkah tree.
But also, like, we're both Jewish. We were both raised Jewish. We were also both raised Christian, weirdly.
I was really raised without religion.
Yeah.
As a whole.
I was raised with, like, snippets of Christianity here, and the Judaism was all in the food.
I was going to say, I think that the way that you were raised was really close to how I was raised, except, like, your parents just had, like, a phase.
Yeah,
where they went to church. Like, how long would you say that phase was?
4 years.
4 years?
Yeah.
He was raised with religion.
Well, okay.
Because for me, I can count...
Oh, gosh, wait.
I went to church less than 10 times in my life.
Oh, it was 4 years with me. They did it like 3 years after me.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Wait, so how did they do it after you? Did you go to school or something?
No, I was at college and they were still going.
That's school.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
College.
I can't see them going to church.
It started with my mom as more of like a socialization thing than anything else.
Again, I still can't see them going to church.
Oh, it was hilarious because, like, you know how churches are always filled with, like, weird little spats between different people?
Yeah, I hate it. That's why I don't like church.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Like,
in Judaism and at the temple, they don't have that.
Which is much better.
Everyone's just loving light biscuits.
Now, meanwhile, there was, like, a jazz singer at this church. There would be this, like, jazz singer and her husband, and she would literally sing, like, jazzy versions of hymns in the middle of service.
Did anyone stand up and be like, can you stop doing that? It's cringy.
No, with, like, weird organ accompaniment.
No,
and
that's cringy.
There was this one woman, let's call her Karen, which may or may not be her actual name. Mm-hmm. There was this one woman who, like, would literally she was on all of the church budgetary committees, which was
Of course she was.
Which was a thing, somehow. And she'd, like, always get these, like, solos in the middle of service.
Oh, so she was given blowies. Okay.
She probably was, honestly.
Yeah.
But, like, she was one of those people that acted really nice, and then you actually interacted with her, and she was just, like, strange.
Oh, yeah, we used to have a neighbor like that.
Oh, God, yeah.
I know, they moved. My God. So, yeah. I think they live in an apartment now.
How we get on, like, church stuff?
I don't remember.
Yeah, we just kind of tangented into it. We really got...
Oh, we were talking about a Christmas tree, and you said something about, that's really funny that we have a Christmas tree since we're Jewish.
Yeah.
And...
apparently I was raised Christian, as it turns out.
I was not.
Yeah.
I was raised without religion entirely, but we still did do Christmas, but it wasn't like... this is a gripe that I have. We're getting into it.
Okay.
I hate when people are like, Christmas, bring Jesus for Christmas. No one celebrates Christmas the way Christmas is supposed to be celebrated.
No.
Christmas is all about presents and family. Guess what? None of that is the day that Mary gave birth to a child. Like, none of it. None of it at all. Like,
was she covering up an affair?
Yes! Like, oh my God. Also, as Jews, we found him first. That's it. Like, we're the ones that found him. I mean, we him, but we found him.
Yeah. Wow.
I counted. I got 2 bleeps in that.
That was pretty good.
I know. But, like, I can't stand, like, Christmas. You don't celebrate Christmas. You give gifts. And you like socializing around family. That's different. That's not celebrating the act of Christmas.
So what is celebrating the act of Christmas?
Going to church. There's multiple different church things. Going to Christmas Mass.
Yeah.
There's no gift giving during, like, when you're celebrating Christmas.
No, those are all, like, pagan traditions that got, like, worked into it over time.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, because I'm pretty sure Christmas in the UK leans a little more into, like, the gift giving and celebratory aspects and a little less into the Jesus-y aspects.
Yeah.
Which is funny, because, like...
Didn't we leave the Church of England?
Yeah, we did leave the Church of England.
But what religion was the Church of England?
Anglicanism? Is that right? I think you have a degree in this, technically.
Did you say Anglicanism?
Yeah, that's not right at all. Anglican is... No, what is it? Is it like...
Anglo-Saxon, or is that what you're
Is
saying?
that it? Like...
That's not a religion.
That's not a religion. No, what am I thinking of?
Ecclesiastical?
Maybe? Like...
What religion was the Church of England? Catholicism.
No, not anymore. There's no way.
Apparently, that's what the Church of England was Catholicism.
Yeah, before
The religion was the Church of England. What religion was the Church of England? Catholicism's religion is Catholicism. I don't think that's correct.
Can you pass me the phone
Give me a
thing?
second. You talk about something. I'll figure this out.
Yeah, so, like, England is, in principle, more of a religious state, you could argue, in some ways. Because there's the entire structure where the king is considered to be the head of the church, but in spite of that...
Anglican Communion!
I was close.
Oh my God, and I have a degree in this crap.
It's not Anglicanism.
No, it's Anglican.
No.
Guess what? I have my master's in theology, and I've never heard the word Anglican.
Ecclesiastical theology.
A classical theology, 480 to 1180. But yeah, I've never heard the word Anglican in my life.
Nah,
ever.
it's like... I think it's because when I was in high school, we learned about all this stuff, because it was like a...
You learned religion in high school?
Not religion. We learned about the history of, like, European states, because...
We did too, but we skipped over all the religion because there's a good separation between church and state.
Not anymore. Not in
But
the
yeah,
US.
the Church of England is considered the original church of the Anglican Communion, which represents over 85 million people in more than 165 countries. While the church upholds many of the customs of Roman Catholicism,
Short.
it also embraces fundamental ideas adopted during the Protestant Reformation.
Ooh.
So it's like if Catholicism and Protestants had an orgy.
It's a lot of things brought together under one shared roof. And it's actually, like, interesting, too, because the way they look at... I feel like they look at Christmas differently. Christmas in the UK is so much more of an occasion than it is here.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah, I don't even know.
But it's also not, like... It's not
kind of cool.
as based in religion. It's more just based in, like, being happy, celebrating.
Yeah.
Giving gifts. All that stuff that is, like...
I don't know, fun times.
Yeah, and it sounds really nice. But in the US, people kind of take Christmas as, like...
Jesus! Starbucks has a red cup? No. They are not. Why is there not crosses on that cup? It's Christmas.
There were never crosses on the cup. There were
No.
never crosses in anything like that. It was just like... Yeah.
It was like, Christmas trees are a symbol of Christianity and stuff like that. Cool.
Yeah.
So
We're back.
we had to drink water.
We had to feed...
We had to water
the cat.
our cats, and apparently Louis.
Slurp.
But yeah, religion.
Religion's a mess. I hate religion right now.
Oh, explain to me Judaism.
Do you want to explain Judaism?
I can't explain it either.
I'm not.
Explain to me Islam, and you can't just say beating your wife. It's in the Quran. It's not wrong. If it's in the Quran, it's not wrong.
Explain Islam. I thought it was
if we're not going to explain Judaism, we're not going to explain Islam.
Yeah, fair enough. No double standards here.
But yeah, not to get political, but like...
It's really hard right now.
It's really, really hard right now. I'm having nightmares about this whole Israel-Palestine crap. Because also with my work stuff, I deal with a lot of this.
That's horrible.
But also, like, it's to the point, it's like, it is affecting me mentally. I was against saying that it's affecting me mentally. It is. It just plainly is at this point. And are we going to get into my section?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm sick of living here. I'm sick of living in this country. I'm sick of this house. I'm sick of animals. I love animals. But like, I'm literally so sick of everything in my little bubble of life. I can't stand it.
It's a lot of stuff.
I hate work. I hate all the other work. I hate my other job. I hate that job. I hate that job and that job.
There's like 10.
There's like 15 jobs.
Including
And then
this. Actually, I like this job.
This is fun though. This is like therapy. See, I'm getting it all out. Basically, I need to spend a little more time on myself.
Oh yeah.
Because like, yeah. And also diet. I'm not like, when I say diet, okay, here we go. So,
here we go.
When we talk about diet, I would like to slap you across the face.
I'm just going to go move that.
Don't even bother.
Okay.
So, when people talk about like their diet and stuff, like, oh, diet's a bad word. No, diet, if you're using it as like a fad diet and like different like adjectives like that, that's like a stupid word. But diet just refers to the way you eat. It's not anything separate.
No.
Like, also, gender and sex are two different things.
Wait, why did we get into that?
Because I get really annoyed with it's the same kind of annoyance that I get. Because, like, as a doctor of biology in chemistry, two separate things. Gender is a lot more important than sex, though.
True.
And gender is a social ideology that you have with yourself. That's it.
Honestly, I think most people would agree with that.
Nope, because I said that on Twitter and I almost got banned.
Really?
Yeah.
No, even though, like, because, like, I was going in college when, like, I don't want to say, like, the non-binary movement or the transgender rights movement was really going, but, like, when people were really into gender and sex things, and that's what I always heard, where gender and sex were two completely different things.
Yeah, no, not anymore. What are you talking about?
That was always, like, a thing. Like, gender can be different than sex can be different than gender.
I bet if you go to that exact same spot with that exact same group of people, you'd get eaten alive for even saying that.
Probably. There's also, like, faculty there currently actively taking down signs for missing Israeli
yeah,
people.
what's his name? Bentley something?
Yeah, let's pull that up. We're going to name him.
Yeah.
Frigate.
But, you know, like...
I don't remember his name, but...
No, we'll keep talking.
Yeah, but, like, I went to that university, and, like, the university I went to was extremely Jewish, to be honest. Like, we had an annual Lag Kahamantash debate, which was actually a lot of fun, over, like, which of the best was the better Jewish food. But, like, the Jewish community there is very big, and the social justice community there was also very big, and that sometimes resulted in weird Israel versus Palestine shenanigans back
Which
before
is
it was
really
cool.
weird, because that was in, like, what, 2012?
Yeah, people were still arguing about it, but it wasn't, like,
That's crazy.
there wasn't, like, there wasn't the same kind of thing behind it as there is now.
Yeah.
Israel versus Palestine stuff now isn't even Israel versus Palestine. It's pro or anti-Hamas, which is just insane. And the number of people that are pro-Hamas is completely insane.
It's very disturbing. But also, there was a University of Chicago, the building and lab manager named Bentley Wall, whose phone number is 773-702-7185. Call him as if he's your local senator. Yeah, he was taking down Israeli kidnapped signs.
And saying that, like, I don't care to police who are literally like, what are you doing?
Yeah, because even, like, the people that reported him and posted him online was literally Chicago's, like, police team.
I
Their
believe
private security team. And yeah, they went out there.
Yeah, they have, like, a massive, like, police community there and a massive, like, pro-Jewish community, but...
Massive police community. Can you explain to me why they have such a massive police community?
Well...
His parents sent him to a school because he said it was a good school, and they didn't actually look into it. Because if they actually looked into it, they wouldn't have allowed him to go.
Hey, I got some good positive things out of it.
It does not matter. He went to University of Chicago in Hyde Park. South Chicago.
That's the police force thing, and where it comes
where
in.
it literally there's a more shootings per capita than anywhere else in the city.
Yeah, it's really bad. And also, like, I think the time I went, it was bad, but, like, not, like, before my first year there was nothing extremely bad going on. But the climate there has just gotten worse and worse over time.
It's been worse
so now
and worse.
It's like,
I remember growing up and being like, yeah, no, don't go there.
Yeah, I learned a lot of good things there, but it legitimately is dangerous, and that's why they have such a large private police force.
Yeah, and then people are mad that they have their own private police force. Like, people that go there.
Oh, yeah, no, the students are all pissed about it. It makes no sense.
It's like they're there to protect you from death.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. There's a really big social justice community there. There always was. I was a part of it at one point, but I left it because...
And I married it.
Hey, I left it because people were going way too far, like, even for me.
Yeah.
And, like, going completely, like, I don't want to say off the deep end, but...
Well, explain. Don't name names, but, like, explain.
There were a lot of instances where, like, people would... Basically, there are some people I were friends with that were in this community who simultaneously had these actual, like, proven accusations of cyberbullying against them, where they basically used their position as activists to basically shame other people.
Are you talking about Ocean Face?
No, different people, actually.
Oh my god.
That's a whole other... Yeah, no, that was kind of a one-off. Honestly, I haven't really seen anybody else do that. But there was also... Like, there were a lot of... I don't even want to get into all of it because, like, I know one of the people who was involved in this, and he was extremely regretful about the entire situation that happened, and I think genuinely learned from it and healed from it. But there were instances where people were doing absolutely not okay things. Like actually endangering other people.
Well,
like,
shocking. That's literally what it is today, and people are praised for it.
Yeah, like a mix of, like, false allegations, borderline starting a conspiracy at one point.
See, in my brain, the entire social justice movement is literally based on false allegations. Or super exaggerated allegations.
No, it's, in theory, I think social justice is a good thing. Where people start to get into trouble is scenarios where they're like the town and the place in which we currently reside, where you have white people that are heading the Black Lives Matter community. It's things like that where people start to get into trouble and cause massive problems.
The thing that infuriates me with the social justice movement is what I've personally seen and different cases that I've personally worked on, where one of them, it was literally something that blew up into a hate crime. Didn't know if this person was going to get like 15 years plus in prison and everything else. And the witness video and the lawyer and everything else. And I watched this video. I'm not a judge or anything, but I do have some pull. I watched this video. This guy bumped this woman on the shoulder in a crowded Starbucks. That's what it was. Bumped her in the shoulder with his shoulder because it was crowded, and she took that it was a hate crime. Yes, this was a black woman, and the person that bumped her in the shoulder wasn't white. I think he was Asian.
Oh wow.
Yeah, bumped her in the shoulder with his shoulder, and I think like her coffee spilled or something like that. I don't know, but if you watch the video, there's like 15 other instances of the exact same thing happening across the entire day.
Yeah.
But this made it all the way up to a super court case where this guy was going to get is being tried for a hate crime, like racism, all this other stuff. And it was to the point where I remember the Department of Justice had to intervene and be like, there's a big difference between accidentally bumping someone in the shoulder and forcefully bumping someone in the shoulder because they're black. And then making it into a thing. Meanwhile, the girl who did all this stuff ended up getting 5 years in jail.
Good.
Yeah.
I think, like, my whole thing when it comes to all of that is the thing that infuriates me, and I have even seen this, like, outside of social justice context. This is just a life problem.
Yeah.
I have noticed. Is people, like, assuming things and not paying attention and not being willing to hear the other side of things.
Yeah, like people that assume that I'm white.
Like, people literally put, like, blinders on in certain situations, and that's why you have so many people in universities right now who, like, there were literally people yesterday at the university in our area doing the Nazi salute.
Oh, no, more than that. They had swastika flags. They were dressed up as Nazis, walking around the U.S. state capitol.
And they literally got there because of this Israel-Palestine stuff. They slipped off the slippery slope from pro-Palestine to pro-Hamas to anti-Jewish.
But it's not even anti-Jewish. It's like so far past that.
Yeah.
It literally went anti-Jewish to, exterminate the Jews.
It's like taking something and leaping miles to the worst possible conclusion.
It's nuts. It's absolutely crazy.
That is literally the problem with the social justice community today. Oh my God, I sound like Ben Shapiro.
A little bit, but lately,
oh my God,
ever since this Israel versus Palestine stuff has been getting more like hype and getting going again, I have been so pro Ben Shapiro. And I used to, during like the Trump era and stuff,
I don't want to like him though.
He was a freaking idiot. But when it comes to the Israel-Palestine stuff, why does he make so much sense? I think it's because he's Jewish.
Yeah, I think like this Israel-Palestine thing, like people think of it as a political thing, but it's not really a political thing. It's more of just like a life thing, which is why there are so many people on different sides of the aisle that are like anti-Israel, and so many people on different sides of the aisle that are pro-Palestine. Or pro-Hamas.
I don't get how you can even be pro-Hamas. Or my favorite thing is like how, what is it? There's 1.3 billion Arabs in the world.
Yeah.
And they span across over 22 different countries. And Israel is literally the size of like, it's not even the same size as Jersey. Like New Jersey.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we need that land. That's our land. And meanwhile, no, it's freaking not. All of the Arab everything is colonization. That's all of it.
Yeah.
All of North Africa, that's Arab countries, that's colonization. All that's spread out outside of the Arab Peninsula, like Saudi Arabia and all that, that's colonization. So, like,
I'm not going to sit here and be like pro-colonization, but also that destroys any argument that Israel's the colonizers.
That's the thing, because literally, okay, the land that Israel is on, the Israelites and the Canaanites and all of that owned, like, that was their land far before Arabs ever existed.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't get the logic that's being used. I'm drooling. I'm so mad.
It doesn't make any sense, and it's infuriating, and it's awful. And you know what?
And we said that we weren't going to get political, and apparently this is our first political podcast.
We're not staying there, though. Like, you know what? Actually, I don't even think this is a political thing. This is a life thing for us now because we're Jewish. Like, it's not... Like, not everything is politics. Some things have real impacts, and those are actually bad.
Yeah.
Like, and that's, like genuinely feeling unsafe in this country.
Human rights aren't politics.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
That's not a debate. We're not going to talk about politics. Human rights, though, totally fine. Though I did go on a 5-minute tangent about social justice warriors, but you know what? That's not going to be the last time I die on that hill. Why did I say heel?
Because we're amped up.
Dying on a heel.
At least you don't have crispy R's.
That has been the worst this week, is realizing where the crispy R's are.
Who was it last night that I was like, oh my god, they have a crispy R?
I don't actually know. It was like...
Was it Emmy made?
I think it might have been.
Might have been Emmy made.
I love Emmy made, but like, she's great. But
I don't know. I don't detest crispy R's. I just notice them more.
Yeah, and when you notice them, you can't notice them. They're just like...
If you don't know what I'm talking about, just type in crispy R on YouTube and watch the Trixie Mattel video. Trixie Mattel. And yeah, that'll pretty much do all that. But yeah, I think we should end it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, got on like a fun rant time.
Yeah.
But if y'all want to see not rants, or more rants, who knows at this point.
Never know.
Go follow. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Wait, I'm
Especially
talking YouTube
subscribe.
Language. Like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and for the podcast, like, leave a review. Like, leave
anywhere
a comment.
that you're listening to it. It helps immensely, especially if you watched like the last vlog that I put up where I was like, I thanked everyone. I was like, thank you for watching. Like, this is genuinely like something that we're doing just for fun because it's like a good outlet. And yeah, this is another thing where it's like, okay, we transitioned from like a business stuff doing this to just kind of doing it for fun.
Yep.
And yeah.
There's no business behind this aside from our a lazy yet successful podcast thing at the bottom, but I don't think that counts.
That doesn't count.
No. Which also, considering we're starting fresh as a podcast, like the amount of views we've gotten and the amount of like listens we've gotten, like thank y'all so much.
I know. It's
like,
crazy.
It's awesome to see. Anyways, any last parting words?
Happy 85th episode.
Happy 85th episode.
Yeah.
What should we do for our 100th episode?
I don't know. That's weeks and weeks and weeks from now.
Yeah, let's finish the season first.
What do you mean finish the season?
Finish the season. We're not going to finish the season at that many episodes. But
we probably will. I don't plan on starting a new season anytime soon.
Just keep going with the season?
Yeah.
I want to do that, actually, because like we fall into this weird thing where we take breaks between seasons. But that was because we weren't happy with it, which is why we retooled the podcast.
It's a whole thing.
maybe we'll get into that next time.
But yeah,
Anyways.
I'm Alan.
And I'm Justin.
And that was Lazy Yet Successful, Alan and Justin podcast. Bye.
Hit the button.
I don't want to hit the button.
Okay.
Ow. Fuck.
Tea is brought to you by Bottomless Bear Hugs.
Oh my god.
Doesn't sound fun.